Hi and welcome to Pimp My Noodles, the only show that reminds you it's not how big your noodle is, it's what you serve it in that counts. My name's Aaron and today I'm going to show you 5 easy hacks that will add some serious flavour to your next bowl of noodles. So grab hold of your bowls and let's get started. That's right. Okay, so here's my first hack. Spices. They tend to lose a little bit of their zing when they've been sitting on the shelf for too long. Now, you might just have bought your spices and think that they're relatively fresh, but you don't know how long they've been sitting on the supermarket shelf or at the distributor. Could be months, could even be years. So here's a little trick that's gonna, liven them up really quickly. We're gonna dry roast them. So grab a pan, put it over a medium heat and add the spices. When they become fragrant, take them off the heat and put them aside. Make sure you don't burn them because obviously that's not the flavor we're looking for. For an even bigger flavor bomb, why don't you try frying your spices in a little bit of oil? Then you can add coconut milk, some stock, anything like that. You will be amazed how much this intensifies. It's a really, really good little hack. Who wants a bowl of insipid noodle water? It's disgusting, not to mention downright lazy. This show's called Pimp My Noodles, not Limp My Noodles. Don't get the two confused. Try adding some spinach, mushrooms, or even spring onions. Or an egg, some roast chicken, pork, or beef. For even more flavour, why don't you try roasting, grilling, or frying the ingredients? This process of browning food unlocks the Maillard reaction. I don't want to get too technical, but basically it makes yummy food absolutely delicious. Just like that song by Glenn Frey, The Heat Is On, adding chilies to your noodles will probably get you a part in the new, upcoming Beverly Hills Cop remake. I can't even make that funny because it's just so badly written. I might not be able to deliver comedy. What I can do is tell you how to add some serious flavor to your next dish. Adding chilies to your noodles is going to put some serious flavor in there. I don't care if they're fresh, dried, fried in oil or mashed up into a paste. This is going to give you one serious punch in the mouth. So, how do you control the heat? Well, this is actually, quite a good question because let's face it, not everyone likes a super hot chili. The easiest way is to pick chili that's got a low Scoville rating. The red and green long chilies that you get from the supermarket, you're going to be safe there. The heat from the chilies actually resides in the rib, which is the white pithy looking part inside the chili. And that's where the chemical capsaicin, that's where it's produced. It's not in the seeds, and that's a common misconception. The seeds are hot, but that's only because of their location next to the ribs. So if you want to control heat, make sure that you remove the seeds and the white part, and that's the way to control your flavor. Just a note though, if you're using dried chilies, well, you might be because, you can't remove the ribs. So my advice is just use them sparingly. Okay, so our next hack is herbs. Fresh herbs, dried herbs, what's the difference and why use one over the other? Well, they're two very different beasts, but both have their place in the kitchen. Now, fresh herbs, they're very, very delicate, so you've got to remember to store them in the fridge. Dried herbs, on the other hand, well, they've got a very long shelf life, but it's not indefinite, so make sure that you store them in a cool, dry place, or even better, put them in the freezer. Fresh herbs, they've got this wonderful zing to them. There's a real freshness, obviously because they're fresh herbs, but dried herbs, well, they've got this smoky, earthy tone and they're a lot more pungent, so you've got to use them a little bit sparingly, otherwise they'll overtake the entire dish. Okay, so to bring any type of herb back to life, you can either cut them or crush them. This releases volatile oils that just really bring out the flavor. Okay, so our final hack is seasoning. Now, it sounds stupid and I bet you're saying, look, don't tell me how to season my food, I know how to do it. But you'd be surprised how many people don't season properly or just forget to do it at all. Now, you can season your food with salt, with pepper, oil, acids like vinegar or citrus or something like that, even soy sauce, it doesn't really matter. Just remember this, seasoning is about balance. So if you can taste the seasoning over the ingredients, it probably means you've gone too far. Here's a couple of really simple rules to follow when you're seasoning your dish. Make sure you taste as you go and season at the end. Don't season at the start, finish the dish with your seasoning.
Pimp My Noodles.
A hope these hacks have helped you out. I hope that we've given you some good tips to make your noodles taste better. You've been watching Pimp My Noodles. My name's Aaron Harvey. Remember, subscribe. Remember, like, comment, share. We love to hear from you, so give us your opinions. If you've got your own hacks, put them down below. If you want to find us on the socials, the address is right there, or go to pimpmynoodles.com. It's your one-stop noodle pimpin' shop.